Hey everyone, okay, so this was the basics. So I've done the basics for foundation and I've done the basics for concealer. So if you click here and here, they'll open up for you if you missed them or you want to watch them again. Today we're going to talk about setting your concealer and your foundation. Now, I've done foundation and concealer. You can set your entire face, absolutely, if you want a matte look. And you can do it with a brush, which I'm going to show you, or you can use a powder puff to really lock it in, particularly if you have very sensitive skin or a lot of redness. It's better to use a powder puff to really press and roll. But for this tutorial, and just for a little bit of a change, I'm going to set this just in the perimeter of the face and leave the rest of the face to have some shine-ish. I'm going to take my brush because obviously I have my brushes, so this is number 2, and you can go across the skin like this. You just want to take the shine down. I'm just using a pressed powder, so you just want to take the shine down in the sort of center of the face, and then I'm just going to go down the nose and the sides of the nose, and you want to make sure you go here, because when this area is too sort of dewy, it can make you look really oily. And when you're going underneath the eye, what you want to do is make sure that there's no creases in the eye from eyeshadow, from foundation or concealer. Go over the eye to make sure it doesn't crease, so that when your powders go on, they go on smooth. And obviously, this is my brush. If you're using it with another brush, make sure it's really soft so that it doesn't disrupt the skin. And when you're going under the eyes with the powder, make sure you knock off any excess powder. And I just like to just tap it on, because I don't want to disrupt it, I don't want to move it, and I don't want to give it reason to hate me and want to crease on me. So if it's starting to crease already, smooth it out before you then go on and put powder on, because you want it as smooth as possible before powder. Now, if you want to further set it all over, go for it. And if you have sort of oily skin and you want to set it, but you want a dewy look to it, you can then use a setting spray as well, which will really give that skin a kind of gorgeous lit from within look. And the one that I love at the moment is Balance, the Antioxidant Hydration Spray by Jane Iredale. It smells nice, and it just makes the skin look so beautiful. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a spritz, because I'm at that age where at 35 there are lines under the eyes and they do catch in powder. So I'm just going to give it a little spritz, just let it be, let it settle, and it will bring back luminosity and beautiful skin. The look of the powder will go, but this area will still be matte, while the rest will still be gorgeous. And in the next one, I'm just going to go over with you the bronzing part of it and the highlighting on where to really highlight on your face to get a gorgeous glow. Okay, I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, okay, so we're back with the basics. We've dealt with foundation, concealer, and powdering. So all these videos are available to open in other windows, so help yourself. Now I'm going to show you the bronzing side of things. We're going to use more bronzing than we are contouring. And I'm going to show you highlighting. So I'm going to start with the highlighter, because I think it looks nicer to do it that way around, and then we'll go on to the bronzer. I'm using the beautiful Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. Taking the highlighter shade in my number 2 brush, knocking off any excess product. Now, a lot of people highlight here in the center. I think it looks really nice to highlight where the arch of the eyebrow is. So I'm going to take a little bit of highlighter and just kind of put it just above the kind of arch of the eyebrow. I just think it looks really nice. When you turn your head, you get that kind of glimpse of shimmer. I'm going to put it on top of the cheekbone, up high, and as I go up, I just sort of, it doesn't join, but it just sort of forms an arc. And obviously, same thing on the other side here. It just gives a really nice glow to the face, which can just look so nice. You can do the bridge of the nose, and you just want to kind of go right here and kind of tickle it. And then what's so nice is to go on the tip of the nose and hit the Cupid's bow. There's something about the shine on, just a little bit of shine on the tip of the nose that can just look so nice. So I just like it. And don't forget, right here on the Cupid's bow will give you the illusion of a fuller lip. I really don't recommend highlighting any more than that, because I've already gone for a dewy look to the skin. You don't want it to, you know, become overpowered and really, really luminescent. We're going to take the bronzing powder now. So I'm swirling the brush around and just tapping off any excess. I'm going to bronze. What I want to do is take the bronzer from the eye here up so it bleeds into the center. So I'm actually going to start on the eye, on the outside corner, and in lovely circular motions, I'm just taking it over the eyebrow, up into the hairline, and whatever's left is just going to bleed into the center. And the reason I'm doing this is because it gives a lift to the eye, because when this bit's a little bit darker, the highlight will stand out even more, which is lovely. So I'm going to do the other side first. This could be all the eyeshadow that you have, just using bronzer, which is perfectly fine. So going here, bleed up into the hairline, and then bleed in. So the bronzer comes in, but there's barely kind of any left on it. Now we want to take it onto the sort of cheekbone area here. So we will be going over that highlight, but that's okay, that's not a bad thing. And then we go down into the jawline, where you will hopefully not have a beard. And make sure you knock it off. See, circular motions over that highlight, and then down onto the jawline, tip of the chin, and just across the bridge of the nose where we put that highlight, because it pulls everything together. So the cheekbones, you can still see the highlight, but everything's kind of come together. And what's so lovely about bronzing, you can pick a bronzer shade. Bobbi Brown do great ones where for much lighter skin tones. But you can see with the concealer here, and I pulled it down, and the light on top of the cheekbones, that your eyes are drawn to the center of the face, which is lovely, and the rest will bleed out and become gorgeous. If you want, and you think you've gone a little bit too dark, take a clean brush and just blend in any edges. If it's still a little bit too much, you can take a little bit of loose powder, loose translucent powder, just re-go over those areas. So I might do that just for fun. So just taking a little bit of that loose powder, and you can just lightly go over it, just to kind of just adjust any color that you might need to do. So I just want to kind of go really over this inner part, actually, just to really give you the, you know, this light and then this kind of bronze look. Okay, so that is how the basics for bronzing and highlighting. So you can see the glow. And now, do you know what? Let's just do blusher. Rather than having another bloody video, let's just do blusher. Blusher. I'm going to take this shade from Kevin O'Quarr. I don't remember the shade name because it's come off, but it's incredibly vibrant. So I'm still going to use the same brush I used for bronzer and highlighter, but I'm just going to knock it all off on the back of my hand because I don't want this much colour on the face. But my face is, you know, got some tan to it. So this is a great colour. It's a universal colour, dark skin, pale skin, it works really nicely. The way I like to apply blusher is to go from the outside corner of the eye and start there in circular motion. So it comes in a little bit, but it's up high, and move it back. So I'm knocking it off, and I sort of start here, and I do it in a circular motion, up and around. So that the blusher is here, but it's not like on the apple here, but it's still in that sort of vicinity. And again, the same thing kind of on the other side, just in that kind of upper part of the cheekbone, gorgeous circular motions, right? And then you kind of bleed it back. If you think you've gone too heavy, that loose powder again, you can just buff it in to bleed it out. A little bit of loose or pressed powder in your skin tone, or a little bit of translucent powder, works wonders. I'm really old fashioned. Whatever's left on the brush, I like to just take here, really, really lightly, tiny bit on the bridge of the nose, and then a tiny bit on the chin. I don't know why, it's just how I learned it. And you can see now that the face is pretty much complete. Foundation is on, concealer is on, we've powdered the face, we've bronzed it, we have highlighted it on the cheekbones, you can see them, and we've applied blusher. That is your basics, and it's pulled the face together. We've got this lightness in the center, it looks healthy, it looks dewy, which is a nice look. I'm sick of the matte looks. I did matte to death for many years, so I'm over it. And you can see now that we are now basically ready to do whatever you want now with your face. All the basics are done. Now you could erase your lips and do a really, really red lip, a really sick, red, gorgeous lip. Or you could do like a really naughty, you know, like you're skipping through the woods, real pinched cheeks, berry stained lips, very naughty, very naughty. Or you could just do a really smoky eye. You can go anywhere with this because that is your basics. Once your basics are covered, you are free to go wherever you want. And I will be showing you how to do all the other beautiful things, smoky eyes and all the rest in the basic series that will come up for the eyes, including push lining, ultra feline look, and of course the gorgeous smoky eye and crease work. So I will see you all soon. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.